Riley Flanagan.
Cameron Bird, what's up, brother?
You sexy motherfucker.
Yeah. I've been working on my shimmy, bro.
What's going on, brother?
Dude, not much. Just stoked to be here.
Yeah.
Love it, man. I love it.
It's good. It's good to get you on finally. This is what, round 2 we tried?
Yeah, man, I fucked
we
up
got
the
it.
first one.
Nah, you had work stuff. It's all good. It's completely understandable.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped to be on here.
Yeah, man. So what's been happening, brother?
Dude, just, doing the grind, doing the stand-up grind. Got the new puppy. Got a new puppy.
Tiny Tim?
Tiny Tim, baby.
God.
He's such a stud.
How much attention does he get when you walk down the street with him?
It's like, it's almost unbearable. Like in the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, like this is kind of cool. I felt like really popular.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, when famous people go out and they're like, just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Someone this morning, I gave him a walk this morning and someone was like, is that a puppy? And I was like, what do you think it is?
Jesus.
I'm cynical now. It's been like 2 weeks of him walking outside and I'm already over it.
Man, it would be, do you think it would be a good way to meet women if you're a single lad?
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Especially if you have especially if they're cute.
Mm.
It really drives it home.
So you don't think you could pick a woman up as easily if the dog was ugly?
I think so. I think there's a huge correlation.
Isn't that funny?
It's weird, but it's like,
But then there's a point where dogs can get so ugly that they're cute again.
yes, yeah, it's like that bell curve.
Yeah. My wife's boss, he had a dog, Dexter, and it looked like it had its stroke. Its tongue was permanently out. It lost one eye, so one eye was like shut. It just looked like this thing had gone through the ringer. But he was so demented looking that he was actually cute.
Full on adorable.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love that he's all fucked up.
Yeah. I admire people that have dogs after they've been through accidents and like the dogs in the wheelchairs, the wheelie dogs.
Yeah. Dude, I wanted one of those.
You wanted one?
I wanted to buy a 3-legged dog. Yeah. I was like, this will be sick.
You wanted to buy a 3-legged dog?
Or save one or fucking...
I want you to take that leg off.
So you started with 4. I was like, all right, look, you keep one of them, okay? Knock down the price a little bit.
Yeah.
And keep the back right one. Dude, but I was like, I love like fucked up animals. Like, I think I wanted to get them. My roommate and I in LA, we talked about this. We were like, we're going to get a 3-legged dog for the apartment. We're going to get him like a little wheel for his leg. We're going to call him Tron. And we're just going to let him like zoom around like the fucking motorcycle guys. And then I've told this to so many people and they hate this idea. But then I wanted to get a 2-legged dog, but only the back 2, and then put a little wheel on the front of him and call him Wheelbarrow and fucking like run him around the house. Pick him up by the back 2 legs, man. I thought that would be so good.
That would be fun.
My girlfriend did not sign off on that. She was like, we are not getting a wheelbarrow dog.
Jeez, how do you it's crazy. There's this dog that goes through the park. His back legs are out, so they kind of hang out. And he has to have these little shoes on his feet so they don't drag. Like when they drag, he doesn't wear his feet out.
Oh,
And he's got the wheels in the back. And God, it would just be an ordeal. It really would be. It would have to be. It's a labor of love.
definitely. It's one of those things where like, I feel like those instances, it happens after you get the dog versus being like, let me go out and seek. I mean, there's definitely some people who love doing that. They love saving animals and not turning them into wheelbarrows in their apartment. Like they like just like saving fucked up, little animals. But yeah, that's definitely a labor of love. It would be tough.
I get then you look at people that are married and their partners get sick. That's another thing in itself, isn't it?
It's like it's one of my biggest fears.
Yeah,
because that's your life then. It's not the life you signed up for, but you're like, this is what it is now.
It's a funny dilemma too. Like, not funny. It's just because if you were to I think Harrison has a joke about this, and it's just it's triggering a thought. Like, if you do have a partner that say got very sick and you had to look after them, yeah, it would just be awful. Like, how, you know, do you stay or do you go? Like, how long do you hang out for? You know, like, what if they were going to be sick for like the rest of their life? That is like they need a full-time care, and that's going to have to be you. That would be so hard. I never want to be put in that situation.
No, never.
Because you could never make the right choice. No matter what you do, you're going to make the wrong choice.
Yeah, it's an unwinnable scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be in it for myself or for my girlfriend. Like, I don't want her to ever. I don't want that to happen to myself. I don't want to put that on anybody.
Yeah.
But I think that's why when you get married, they have a little subclause. They're like, in sickness and in health. You know what I mean? They're like, you're still locked in for the sickness part.
Yeah.
You sign a little clause that you're like, oh, okay, I got to stick around.
Yeah. I think I would stick around no matter what. I really do. Like, what are you going to do? You know, like, you just have to trust that they would have done the same thing for you, I think.
Exactly.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
It would be awful, and like, touch wood, that never happens, but yeah.
I'm with you. I try to make it a little fun, you know, and make it fun for her. I do, you know. We'd do some, like, it would still be a good life. I'm confident in that.
Yeah, of course.
It would be a different life. That's for sure.
It's then like going a step further. There's like I saw a video of a woman. She didn't have any arms. She was obviously born with no arms.
Yeah.
And she had a baby, and she's like walking around the airport. Like, it's amazing what she does. Everything with her feet. Everything. She's feeding the baby with her feet.
Wait. What?
Yeah, I got to show you this video.
Wait.
Dude, she's in the line she's in like a cafeteria at the airport. She like drops her shoe off, puts her feet up on the counter it's amazing. This woman is amazing. It's amazing how much dexterity you can actually get out of your feet.
Yeah, and you got like the body's got to overcompensate for the no arms.
Yeah.
I guess from birth you get it, but like, look, if I'm the hospital and she births a baby, no arms, and then starts cuddling it with the feet, you know, like rocking it with the feet, like, oh my baby, like, I'd have questions. I'd be like, are you, you know, I'd like at least like ask someone else, be like, is this fine? Like, can we let this happen? You know, I mean, she's probably better with her 2 feet than other parents with 2 arms.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that would give me some concern.
Do you think you could be attracted to a woman straight off the bat?
With no arms?
With no arms.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would happen on accident, though. I think it would take me like 45 minutes into meeting them to realize that they have no arms.
And then you're like, fuck it, I'm in love already.
Exactly. Cupid's arrow has struck my heart. Oh.
Yeah, I saw like, I don't think it would bother me either. I think that it would almost be a flex for me. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
I think I would have a lot of...
I can be in love with anyone.
I don't care how many arms you got. I don't care how many legs you got. I would definitely like make a lot of like here's the only way it works. If she makes fun of herself for having no arms, like if she buys a round of drinks, she's like, hey, like, I'll buy you and your friends drinks, and she's like, but you gotta carry them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd be like, all right, you're funny. Or
yeah.
She's like, hey, like, you know, if she makes like missile jokes where she like torpedoes around and shit, I'd be like, yo, you're funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of love that. Because one of my eyes doesn't work. So, you know, I'm dipping a toe in that pool a little bit.
One of your eyes doesn't work?
Yeah, man, I'm blind in one eye.
Which eye?
This one. Right. Yeah.
That's interesting because normally when people are blind in one eye, it doesn't react the same with the other one, but I've never noticed. Not like, you know, normally you can tell because one eye won't be exactly focused.
Yeah, it'll start to get a little lazy.
Yeah.
Nah, I whip mine into shape. Mine stays up to date.
Do you do stretches? You're like...
Nah, they tried. They were like, all right, so you're going to do eye stretches. You're going to look at the sky really hard. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, you really think I'm going to do that? I've always, like, my whole life, I've, like, refused to almost acknowledge that, like, not acknowledge it, but they've always been like, you got to wear rec specs. Like I had to wear those playing sports. And I was always like, nah, I don't want to do that. You know, like I'll just play as if I'm anybody else. And if I get hit in the eye, well, fuck it. Then I'm done for. But like, same with that. They were like, you should use stretches.
So it was to actually protect your one remaining good eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But like,
So it's damn.
rec specs were not cool back in the day. Man.
Fuck no,
They were
dude.
not.
I'd rather have no arms and be rec spec kid. Without a doubt.
I think a guy with no arms made fun of me when I had rec specs. We were playing soccer. He was right in his element, and I was clearly the minority. Dude, the specs, man, they got, and then like, you know, and then you see athletes with them now, and now it's like you can make anything cool. You know, individuality is real cool. But back in the day, dude, like I used to play co-ed soccer, and like girls would fucking destroy me. Yeah, they would bully the fuck out of me. They call me specs.
Really?
Yeah. Damn, dude, I was like, why?
God. We were so mean to each other, weren't we?
Dude, people were mean, but it was like funny. You know what I mean? I remember just being like, that's so funny that these are bothering you. I was like, they're bothering me because they're filling with sweat and I can't play good, but like they're just bothering you guys. It was wild.
Damn. Did you ever get bullied at school?
I don't know. I kind of flew under the radar a little bit. I was like smart, so like, you know, some of that came with the territory.
Yeah.
Not like egregious. Like I didn't get wedgies or fucking, what do they call, swirlies or shoved in the lockers. Like none of that stuff.
Did you ever see anyone shoved in a locker?
Yeah, they used to bully this one kid in my school that I was like friends with and shit. Not really shoved into a locker, but like, you know, they did the thing where like they all get in a circle and you like hit them back and forth as if you're like passing a ball. I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, it's kind of weird. I was like, who gets enjoyment out of that?
Kids are cruel. But really, they just kind of reflect human nature, don't they? Because human nature's cruel. And,
it is.
And Mother Nature and there's so much beauty, but there's also pain and suffering. It's funny that we have to, it's because everyone goes through it at some point and then everyone witnesses it. I wonder if there is even such a thing as a school where there isn't any bullying.
No, that's a utopia, man. That don't exist.
Yeah.
It also, I mean, it creates an element of relatability to like not fly so high and be untouched in school. You know what I mean? You start to be aware of a lot of shit, I feel like, you know? I feel like people who did the bullying probably like can't relate to as many people as people who got bullied.
For sure.
Or like witnessed bullying, like you were saying.
Also, now I would rather sit down at a bar and have a beer with the kid that got bullied. You know, I just find those people are just way, they've got more soul.
Yeah, man, they got a little more experience. Somehow, like everyone went through the same thing on that front, but whoever was on the other side, like they're I don't know what it does. I don't want to say it's good for you, but like it's like
It's character building.
it's definitely character building. You know, you see some, I don't know, keeps you in check a little bit. Like it makes you have to do other things than be the bully, which is like that becomes like the person who people fuck with. Yeah, that's also why I love humor, man. Because like when you bully, you're making people feel like shit. And I've never been like, yo, I can't wait to go into school and ruin this kid's fucking day. Like what? That never ever in my brain. I was like, dude, I can't wait to fucking fart on this kid and take his shit and make him be like, why do you have my shit? Like, I never felt like that, so I love laughing and shit.
I bullied a kid once.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Let me hear it.
When I was in junior school, what you guys would call junior school, yeah. For some reason, there was a kid that I just didn't like, and it's just because he was a nerd, and I thought I was cooler than him. And I regret it, man.
Yeah.
I used to like be a real fucking asshole to this guy. And it didn't last long. I think I did it for like a few months. I was a real prick to him. But I think looking back now, it just says more of what I was going through as a person. You know, like for whatever reason, yeah, it's a reflection on me, on how I didn't, I think, have a grip or an understanding of the world or myself or whatever. I think also my home life was always good, but it was always there was like my own things that I went through in my home life, and I think yeah, I'm not trying to make excuses for it, but fuck, I definitely look back now and think, oh man, it hurts me to think about the kid that was doing that. Like, to put myself in back into that body and mind again.
Because it ain't you.
Not at all.
Right now.
No.
You're definitely like you ain't a bully right now.
No.
I know you. You ain't a bully.
No.
But like, you gotta tell me what's the craziest thing you did to this motherfucker. Like we gotta live in it. We gotta sit in it for a second, dude. What's the wildest shit you did to this guy?
I used to call him a bookworm because what?
That's awesome.
Because he wouldn't play at like recess and lunch. He would just read books. So one time, I fought him because
dude, him not playing ruined your day. You're like, I'm gonna fuck this kid up. That's awesome.
God, that was the first fight I ever got in. He fought back too.
Oh, good for
we
him.
We fucking rustled and tussled on the ground.
Who won? Ty?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone really won. Yeah, it was both equally as pathetic.
it was a lot of, you know, when people lead with their shoulders when they punch. It's a lot of that.
Yeah. And we were rolling on the ground. I think we just kept rolling and rolling. Like,
started making out at one point. Like, is this a fight? Yeah. Is that how they fight in Australia?
Yeah, I would have been like what 9 years old then or something. Maybe.
Then yeah,
I was young.
A bookworm. I love that. Good for that kid for fucking reading.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. He's probably a fucking genius now.
Dude, he's probably telling this exact story. On the other side, he's like, man, I used to read, and some guy was like, come play rugby? Is that what you guys played on the... Is that like... I don't know what Australian kids play on the playground. I'm assuming the same thing that we play.
Yeah, we play football, like Australian
at
that
football.
point in time, I was playing Australian football.
You guys do kickball at all?
Kickball? No.
You ever play kickball?
No.
Oh,
Never
my
even
God.
heard of it.
I'm pivoting this. We're talking about kickball.
Okay.
Now. This is more important. Okay, kickball is the greatest sport of all time because it's so simple. Unless you don't have a leg, everybody can play it, right? So it's baseball, but you have these like rubber, like this big rubber ball, like the size of a soccer ball, but it's rubber. And the pitcher, instead of throwing something, he rolls the ball, and you just run up and you kick the shit out of it.
Oh.
It's baseball, but you kick it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and because you're kicking against the ball coming towards you could probably get a massive kick.
Oh, you rock it, but it's like a
Yeah.
rubber ball, so you know what I mean. It's easy to catch. Like you can do
those
a lot
rubber balls go hard when you kick them and they get that like, press, like, and then expand, like.
Dude, I would love those slow motion videos where they like see like how the water works and shit. I would love to see one of just the contact of kicking a kickball.
That's fun. That's almost like a. Do you know what cricket? Do you know cricket?
I know it. I have no idea how the rules are.
Yeah.
What the rules are.
It's like a ball version of cricket you're talking about. Well, I guess you're just a ball version of baseball, which is very similar.
Do you have to bounce it when you do cricket? You got to bounce
when you
the pitch?
bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it bounces and then you have to hit it off the bounce. You can hit it on the full, but it's supposed to bounce.
Huh.
I could be wrong by that. It definitely. Yeah, it has to bounce. Yes.
You know, it'd be so much fun if we got all of the comedians, like all of our buddies, to like play a game of cricket and just film the entire thing.
It'd be so much fun.
Like we just tell everybody the rules right before, even who doesn't play sport. Like how funny would that be? Just like you got to pitch though, because nobody's gonna like no one else or bowl or whatever. It's like we got to get somebody who knows how to do that part, and then the rest we just try.
Okay, we should do it. Also, want to try pickleball.
Oh, I love pickleball.
I've never played.
It's so fun.
Is it like it's just like mini tennis, right?
It's mini tennis and adult or bigger ping pong. You like ping pong?
I love ping pong.
Ping pong's so fun.
It's so fucking fun.
It's fucking.
What's
electric.
better with your boys drinking beers, playing ping pong?
I love it, man.
Did you used to play stingers?
Yes, dude. Where you just whip it at people
Yeah,
and they gotta lift their shirt up, man.
Yeah, that was the best, man. That used to terrify me when we used to play like my friends' older brothers because they would just destroy us. We would come home. My brother and I would come home from like our friend's place, and the big brothers got involved. We'd come home with our backs looking like cherry trees, man, like welts everywhere, and like big, like.
They're like, yo, did you play paintball? Like, what?
But it made you feel like a man. you're like, I'm fucking mixing it with the big boys. And yeah, I got my ass kicked, but I didn't cry. I'm a fucking man.
Yeah, it was almost like a little rite of passage.
Yeah,
dude.
it was.
As soon as you ate that first one, I remember being so nervous about it. And as soon as you ate it and the sting wore off, you're like, oh, I could keep doing that.
Yeah.
I got it in me.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I had that dog in me. Taking some stingers and fucking ping pong. Ooh.
It's there's so many parallels between our lives, isn't there? Like America and Australia, we all do the same shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and even if it's interchangeable with like other shit, there's like so many moments, like you said, like when you're just a person, you know, there's like, there's so many phases. There's the bullying early on. There's those moments where you really start to feel like, oh, I could tough this out. Whether it's playing, I forget what we called it though. I don't think we called it, I think we called it sting pong.
Sting pong.
Yeah. And I actually remember this was another pivotal moment in sting pong. So like when you could get hit, right? By the way, for anybody who doesn't know what this is, it's where you play ping pong and when you lose a point, you gotta lift up your shirt or like whether front or back, you call it before, and they throw up the ball and they whip it at you and it just hits your skin and it hurts like a motherfucker. But I remember it was more pivotal for me. I'd been hit and I was like, okay, that's fine. But when I finally figured out how to hit other people, because, you know, like when you're doing it in the beginning, like I would miss.
Yeah.
And so it was almost like it was psychological because I'd play someone and they had zero fear. Because they were like, Riley's just going to miss. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that shamed me so much. I was like, I'm not, like this person's not even considering me. You know what I mean? And that finally being able to sting them, not that I want to strike fear in anybody's heart, but like it was a huge moment to be like, I'm playing now, you know? They're on the same plane as me now. They're like, I don't want to get stung because he can hit me with it. And that was bigger for me than surviving the sting, I remember. Yeah. I don't know what that says about me, but...
I was so fucking uncoordinated growing up as a kid. Honestly, what you're saying is bringing back so many memories because there's so many moments where I'm just like, I just want to get him so bad. Fucking hell, never.
Throw it up and you hit it, and it's like all the way up here.
I did not get or develop any decent sort of coordination until I was an adult. It was weird. I remember I always played sports, but I was always awful at them. But I remember playing beach volleyball with friends when I was maybe 19. I joined a club, and I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at this. What the fuck? And then I was playing like beach racket with friends, racquetball or whatever, just on the beach, you know? And I was like, oh my God, I'm hitting every single one exactly where it's supposed to go. It's weird. Something just clicked and I just got coordination all of a sudden.
Damn. I honestly, same. I'm with you.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, it's getting parallels, man. There's people who like in the beginning, they were like, I know how to do this. But I'm with you. I didn't know how to play nothing until I was fucking 20.
Yeah.
I sucked at all of it.
Everything.
And then you just figure it out. You're right, man. You keep going and going, and your brain is finally like, oh.
Yeah. Dude, I remember, like, in high school running races, I would get beaten by, like, the fat, nerdy kid. The kid that literally was one cake away from diabetes. And he'd be shooting past me on the 100 meters or the 200 meters, and I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? This is bullshit.
That's why you're calling people bookworms, dude. You're getting slammed by the fat kid in the 100-yard dash. So you were coming to school pissed off.
Oh, man. I got bullied. There was a period where I got pretty badly bullied. It lasted for about a year in high school. Year 9. The sort of gap between year 9 and year 10. I was with a group of friends, and for whatever reason, these guys turned on me.
No loyalty.
No loyalty.
No loyalty out there, man. It's dog eat dog.
Dog eat dog. They turned on me. It ended up being the best thing ever because I ended up moving into like a different group of friends that I love. But that when you're going through the shit, going through puberty, going through high school and girls and getting bullied and having, it feels like the world is going to end. Like nothing could be as bad as that.
Dude, especially if you're hyper aware of everything, you know, like if you're not blindly confident or blissful or ignorant or blindly optimistic, like because you're figuring shit out. And when when you're like a smart person, like you're just everything is hyper and like 10 times X. So any of those feelings you're having, you're just like, holy fuck, like I hate this, you know. And you're trying to figure yourself out while figuring other people out. And yeah, dude, it's just a fucking. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
Yeah, it is a disaster.
There's no structure to it. It's fucking, you just got to make it out on the other side, and then you're like, I guess I'm fine.
It taught me a lot, though, I think, because I'm like a very independent person now. Like, I like to do things by myself.
Yeah.
I like my own time. I don't, even like professionally, I just rather do things on my own.
Yeah.
Just because I like to just make my own decisions and go run my own race. And I think that came from there. Came from just like going, all right, I just got to do my own thing now. Be my own person, deal with this.
I respect that. I do, because I don't do that. I that's where I went the opposite way. I crave camaraderie and groupsmanship. Like I fucking, because like when you get isolated, you're just like, no, like I want friends. So I went the complete. I'm like, yo, I got to run a relay race, man. I'm not running. I
want to pass the baton.
If somebody if we drop the baton, at least then we could share the blame, bro. That's what it stems down to. Like I don't want to eat all the blame, man. I don't know what that is, but I'm like, yo, I got to do some group shit or I don't know.
What sports did you play growing up?
So
what were the sports? Did you do? Yeah, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, you could just go. Tell me your sports.
Tell me your fucking sports.
Tell me your sports. No, I'm really generally interested.
Dude, yeah, I did. I was more of like a cardio sport guy. Yeah. I tried other ones, and nowadays, like I like other ones. Like nowadays I love basketball. I'll play flag football and stuff. I love that shit. But when I was younger, especially because of the eye, it was running, cross country and track, swimming. I was a huge swimmer. That was my big thing.
Yeah, I love swimming.
It was great, man. But that's an individual.
Yeah,
both of them, are very individual. But that was what I did. It was what I was good at, and I'm glad I did it because now, I'm still riding that metabolism. My diet the last 5 years, I should be 450 pounds, man. I'm a disaster when it comes to eating right now, man. I'm bargaining with my girlfriend for how many times a month I can order Popeyes. Like, I'm making deals, dude.
I've never even had it.
Oh, it's fucking. That's another excuse to get it, dude.
I've never had it.
It's banging, man. But yeah, I was a lot of cardio sports, man. That was my thing. It was fun. It was cool.
I loved swimming growing up. Swimming was amazing.
I love being in the water.
Yeah.
I do like that. It's just like, I don't know. I didn't like the Speedos, but like.
Nah. The dick togs. We call them dick togs.
Dick togs?
Dick togs, yeah. DTs.
Why? What is that?
Because you see the dicks.
That is a fact. You do see the dick. Yeah. And if you can't see the dick, then it's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Then you gotta cover up.
You're like, oh, it's cold. The water's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I wore jammers, man. Like there was the Speedo where you it's like underwear, but I wore jammers like down to the knees.
So that's like for proper racing sort of style swimming.
Yeah, I did like year round, like competitive. Yeah. Like that was my jam.
Did you do well?
I was all right, man. I wasn't like as committed to I didn't love it, so I wasn't trying to excel. But like by just like happenstance of doing it, like I just got better.
Yeah.
But I did pretty good.
It's so good for you,
it's very good for you.
Yeah, I would like to get back into it now.
There's a gym by me. Like I'm trying to get into it, man.
Is there a pool?
Yeah, there's a pool. It's like real easy to do. It's but it's like it's an ordeal. Because like back in the day, it was like, all right, mom drives me to swimming. I'd do it after school, Then like we'd have school swimming right after. Then I have like competitive club swimming, and it just all was part of my schedule. Now it's like, all right, when the fuck am I gonna go take the 90 minutes to 2 hours to swim? For what purpose?
I don't think you could do 90 minutes to 2 hours now.
You can't.
I reckon you'd probably swim 10 laps and be like, I'm fucked.
I'm fucking. You gotta pull.
I'm just gonna do breaststroke. I got a funny story. My nephew Max, he's probably in grade. I think he's in kindergarten or grade 1, and my sister was telling me this. He entered a butterfly race at school, and I said to Miranda, well, why did he enter butterfly race? And she goes, oh, there was only 2 kids that entered, so he knew that either way he was going to get a ribbon.
That's a genius.
I know. He takes after my sister for sure. And
that's amazing.
And he didn't, because he didn't know how to do butterfly. I should have premised that. So
bro, he just wanted a ribbon.
He just wanted the ribbon. So the night before, they're in the pool. Mum and Dad are teaching Max how to do butterfly. My mum said it was like the most shit show swimming race she'd ever seen. It was like, she said it was a mix between like breaststroke, freestyle, and just like dying.
Having a seizure in the pool.
Yeah. And he came second.
Oh, no way. He beat somebody? Yo, family of bronze, they got to have a meeting.
Yeah.
Look, man, that kid learned butterfly last night.
It's amazing, isn't it?
He learned it 12 hours ago. And you've been training your whole life, man. You lost?
Could you imagine the kid that lost?
Dude,
he would have been devastated.
That'd be me, though, because butterfly fucking sucked.
It's so physically exhausting.
It's so you gotta have such good shoulders.
Yeah,
I got none of that. They fucking my biology when I was developing, they skipped shoulders. I got fucking none of those, man. It went all in my back. My back is hysterical, dude. I have like a swimmer body minus the shoulders.
Wow. Remember, women that swim, I always feel bad for them because by the time they get to the professional level, like the Olympics, their shoulders just become so broad, like men.
Yeah, it's a totally different look.
It really changes their body. They become a very masculine looking woman, and I mean, it's not bad, but it's not really my cup of tea.
No, it's a specific look, you know, and it's the result of doing it for so long.
Yeah. It's a bunch of kids waving through the window.
No.
No.
Why? Not really.
Ignore him.
I just feel bad. Like
don't fuck the kid.
I want them to learn that it's not that funny. Yeah, dude, it definitely changes. It's crazy. Like when you do something for so long, it's like changes your physical appearance and shit. It makes sense though.
I watched a documentary the other day about my mind's blanking.
Fuck those guys.
Neanderthals. Do you call them Neanderthals or we call them
Neanderthals? Yeah,
yeah, Neanderthals.
Like cavemen.
Yeah. Like they were a type of human being. You know. Were they? Yeah, they're human.
Yeah,
being.
they were like early evolution, like very.
But there was Neanderthals, and then there was us. That we all existed at the same time as well.
Oh no, I think that's a good question. See,
no,
this is where
it did.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a point. There was a crossover, but the Neanderthal was in like Europe.
Yeah.
And I think the standard human we see today, I don't know what the name for. What are we?
Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Homo sapien.
Yeah, I think we came from like Africa and stuff. We originated from there. And but they made these and there was like lots of crossbreeding. Apparently there's like lots of people would have Neanderthal in their DNA. But I was looking at these Neanderthals and they weren't attractive people.
No, I can't imagine they were. I certainly cannot imagine that they were, bro. I mean, just on name alone.
Would you fuck a Neanderthal?
I think if society depended on it, sure.
Yeah.
I think if I had options, probably not, man. But back then, I don't know if society had grown to the point where you were like, oh, I don't have to fuck this person. They might have just been like, all right, this is what I got. A lot simpler back then, dude. That would be, I think Did they have their own like style? You think Neanderthal style? let me hit it, Fred Flintstone style.
I'd fucking do it. Fuck it.
Dude, fuck it.
If you were walking through the jungle looking for some prey, like a monkey to eat,
yeah,
and you came across a Neanderthal woman and she gave you a little smile and you hadn't seen a woman
in years,
yeah.
even in months, days, honestly.
Yeah, probably
actually hours. How long have I been in the jungle? 20 minutes.
You literally just walked in.
I've been there for 85 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Oh, this is rough.
It's the longest dry spell I've ever gone through. She's throwing me looks, man.
You'd have to.
Yeah. I'm down.
Imagine the first human, standard human,
Mm-hmm.
that fucked a Neanderthal. You reckon he was like, fuck it, I'm going in, boys.
Yeah, what do you think the fire talk was like that night?
Yeah, bro, her pussy was exactly the same.
You guys are not going to believe this. Holy shit. She hit me with a club on my ass, and I loved it.
I tried to cover her face.
Dude, at one point I was like, am I fucking a wild animal? And I was. There was a tiger involved and everything.
Yeah, man, there would have been some bush back in those days, hey?
I think only bush. I think there's I don't think anybody shaved until like 1823, I think.
Do you reckon they would have smelt?
Yeah. But it was so common because now when we go out, right, people don't really smell. So that's our baseline. And then when somebody smells, you're like, yo, you fucking reek, man. You can fix that. Back in the day, especially back way in the day, I bet you people just stank it up all the time. Yeah. No Old Spice. That wasn't back. I don't know. Maybe people rub themselves in herbs and shit, but like, I don't know.
Like, I always wonder what they must have done, like what the indigenous in Australia did to like wash their hair, or they must have had, like, indigenous populations before they got colonized. They must have had ways to soap and have a scrub every now and again.
Yeah. No, you can get not dirty.
Yeah.
That's okay. So let me clarify my statement. You can get not dirty. People definitely bathed for sure. There was just probably no method or no reason. I mean, you go out, you work all day, right? And then you come, you're running around, like doing whatever people did back then. It's exhausting, and you work up a sweat. And I think that was baseline.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like,
I understand. Yeah.
and then there was no like, yo, I reek. Like, let me throw some fucking, let me fix this.
Calling the kettle black if you were to say anything, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I reek right now, honestly. I don't know if you can.
I can't smell you. You smell great.
No, I smell pretty good, actually.
I read this book, Empire of the Summer Moon. It's about the Comanche tribe. They were like the last Comanche tribe to exist in the United States, and the author would talk about how the women would cover themselves in like the fat of the buffalo, the oil in the fat, and they just wouldn't. That's what they would just look like that all the time. They'd have the fat in their hair, the fat on their skin, and they wouldn't really bathe like that. They would like go like that for months. I don't know why, but it's interesting.
It's so that shit always blows my mind.
Yeah, there must be a reason though.
And there's always a reason.
Yeah,
and it's like either spiritual or just like mostly I feel like spiritual. They're just like, yeah, this is what we do. This is how we roll. And it's not a cult. That's not what I'm going to say something, and that's not what I mean. That's not a cult. But I feel like you can, groups of people, you can convince things of.
Oh, for sure.
Like everyone convinced themselves like early on in that they were like, this is what we do. And generations did it. over and over.
Mm.
And that just blows my mind. I think that's so sick.
Yeah, you should read that book. It's really interesting. He'd talk about how like the boys in particular, like when they're learning how to ride horses, they get so good at shooting arrows that they can fire off like 10 arrows every couple of seconds.
What?
Yeah, these guys are insane, and they could shoot from like 30 meters away, or whatever that is in feet. I don't know, 90 feet or whatever.
I also don't know.
Okay, they could shoot like a nickel on a stick while riding a horse. Their accuracy was just insane.
Just silly.
Yeah,
Damn, and that's just what they did? Like they just spent their days training like that?
warriors.
That's so sick.
I
Being
know.
a warrior would be so cool, dude. Why do we have society, man? This shit's fucking stupid. Just leave me in the woods with I don't want to give a fuck about like a mortgage or like a 401k. I don't care about my student loans. Let me just get on horseback. And I'm like, let me try and hit this fucking nickel. That's an arbitrary amount of yards or feet or meters away. God, that'd be so sick.
It'd be fun as a boy too, just to do that sort of stuff.
Although it would be cool for us, right? Like we're thinking about this now from back then it's probably you got to do it for like defense. You know, you could get killed at any moment.
100%. But could you go back to that life now? Like after living the life that you have, could you transition into that life? Like I'm sure you could, but would you want to?
Nah, yeah. I mean, it's just
Like those people that leave and go and buy a little cabin in Alaska and you never see them again.
yeah, they just live that solo woodland like self-sufficient, cut off from society life. I respect the shit out of that.
Me too.
But you're right, man. I don't think I could do it. I think I'm too dialed in, man.
Is there any comedy clubs out there?
I do stand up for all the woodland creatures, dude. Dude, I'm imagining like a Disney movie where somebody's standing and there's just squirrels lined up, and I'm making like punny jokes about bald eagles and shit.
They're like, loser.
I'm getting heckled by one of the squirrels. I'm like, oh, why don't you try this? And he comes up and murders, and then I gotta leave there. I relocate again. I come back to society. They're like, what? How was it? Why'd you come back? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Fucking squirrels.
Every time I see him out here, and I'm like, I fucking hate squirrels.
Yeah. I could do it.
I think you could, dude. I think you would crush it.
I would love to. I would love to do it for a couple of months a year. Go like fully off grid. You know, I have a friend that when we were like 21, we went camping on this island called Fraser Island off the coast of where I live in Queensland. And we didn't take any, we planned to go there for a week. We didn't take any food because our plan was just to catch everything.
That's so sick.
Catch and hunt everything.
Yeah.
So we took nothing. After day 2, we were pretty hungry. And so we went to the shop and bought some hot chips because we were not catching much.
Bro, you tried. You went in with no safety net, and you were like, we're going to eat whatever we catch. And then you guys had the awareness to be like, we suck at this. Let's not fucking do this anymore.
We caught a mud crab.
Just one?
Just one, and then I overcooked it, and I spoiled it.
Oh.
Because we were drinking beers, I had it on the pot, and then I can't remember what happened, but I came back to it, I was like, oh, fuck. It just had exploded.
Oh.
I was like, God damn it.
Classic mud crab, am I right? Just
keep it together, mud crab. Jesus.
Can't overcook those, you know? They'll obviously explode. That's so funny. I love that though, man. I've always wanted. A part of me wishes like if I could do it all again, I wouldn't be, you know, I would try that type of shit. It just seems like such a more peaceful, very like, you know, you're very one with yourself and with nature and shit, and it's probably really fulfilling.
Yeah, it would just be nice to like. Have you ever just switched off from, like, turned all your social media off, turned the TV off, and just like had a day of quietness where you don't let anything in? Like just that alone can sometimes be so nice.
I gotta do that, man. Shamefully, I've not done that.
Yeah.
I'll do it for like an hour max.
Mm.
I'll run or something. I'll leave my phone. But like, I don't know. I personally feel too dialed in right now. I'm with you. I feel like I would love a fucking cabin retreat. But you know, now you got so many people that you're not responsible for, but that you are important to in your life. Like, I'd have to call my mother and be like, by the way, I'm leaving for a week and you can't call me. And she'll be like, no. I'll be like, Mom, I'm 30. I can do whatever I want. And she'd be like, no. And I'd be like, fuck, okay, I'm sorry, Mom. You know.
Did you ever see those? There's a show about, God, what's it called? Anyway, it's a show about these people that go into like film these like tribes or like more native people in Alaska. Yeah, it's crazy. People are still living like pretty
Off the grid.
well off the grid.
Like fucking not at the same, not doing what we're doing right now.
No.
This is too loud and too much for
Yeah.
sure. And they're fucking just,
Yeah.
and again, that's so wild that like, because those people have to know that this exists. I don't think that they're cut off. And if you walked in with a cell phone, they'd be like, what is that? I think they know. And then, you know, they choose. They're like, we don't want that. We see the bad in that.
I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and someone was talking about how there's still like 100 tribes in the Amazon rainforest that have never made contact with human life.
There are people that just don't even know that this is going on.
Don't know. They would probably be the last ones, I'm sure. But isn't that insane?
Oh my God. You want to know how to be a hero? You want to know how to be like really like a stud? Go to one of those tribes with technology. They'll think you're an alien. They'll think you're God. You would ruin them for sure. You would destroy their livelihood.
Yeah. Apparently, Joe was saying that there was a guy, he'd made contact with one of the tribes, and for like 3 or 4 visits, he was bringing them stuff, like bringing them like a canoe full of bananas and, just like fruits. And,
Yeah.
And then on like the 4th visit, they just killed him.
We've gotten all we can get from you.
Yeah, we're okay. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Bringing us bananas? Fuck you. It's pretty wild.
You don't think we know how to get fucking bananas?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That would be, honestly, that'd be a funny ass. Like,
We wanted cocaine, all right?
we thought you could get us cocaine.
Yeah.
Our brothers in Colombia, like we know. Does Colombia has like a lot of woodland area, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've never been, man. I just always think about that.
You should go. Colombia's amazing. You should take your wife. Cartagena, Medellin, beautiful. So, like Australia has like an indigenous population.
Yeah, isn't the whole, everybody lives on the outer, like by the coast, and then there's like indigenous in the middle?
Well, there were plenty of indigenous on the coast as well.
Oh,
there were tribes all around Australia. There was 40,000 different languages, I believe. There was a lot of different tribes. And like these languages were completely different from one another.
Like not even based in or rooted in similarities?
There would have been some similarities, I'm sure, but from what I've gathered, and I'm definitely not an expert on this, they were nearly completely different. So that's why it was impossible to like collectively communicate with everyone, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's no envoys or anything like that. Like you can't from tribe to tribe.
I don't actually think it's 40,000 languages. I've cooked that, but there was thousands and thousands and thousands.
Here's the deal. After 50, might as well be 40,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, there might as fucking well be a million.
But don't you think it's interesting when you think about these native people and like these guys in the Amazon forest and really around the world? There's been one part of society that developed and grew, but then there was one part of, I shouldn't say society, the world, and then another human species in the other part of the world that never evolved at all, never changed, never developed, like never used metals, never mined anything, just used whatever nature had.
Yeah, they just used it.
But that was all they wanted. That's all they needed. There was never an urge or a desire to develop further. And it's strange. It just goes to show that, like, because people say that the human race, like, it's in our nature to always want to grow and develop, and that's just in. But then it's not really the case either, because in another part of the world they never did, and they never wanted to, and that's more than okay. It's just strange, eh?
It's weird because I'm with you, man. Because it's the majority have progressed, but it does go to show that there are groups, and there is a part of human nature that's like complacency. But not complacency for laziness' sake. It's just like, yo, it's working.
Yeah.
Like, we're good. Like, we love this life.
Yeah.
This is what we do, and we're going to continue to do this. And we don't need to, like, keep going further. And I envy the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Because how much does wanting to progress just, like, stress you out? Even as an individual versus society, right? Because society's progressing. But us as individuals, like, we're like, yo, we got to keep getting better and better. And we got to keep doing this and all that. And it's just like...
It's also, though, a really beautiful process. Like, I'm learning so much about myself just from doing this, from the complexities and the difficulties of stand up, and what we're trying to pursue is really fun. There's like I feel like there's an unfolding of yourself as you just put yourself out there and throw yourself more into fear and difficult situations. Because comedy you're constantly in a difficult, confronting situation.
Without a doubt, yeah. No, that's a great way to look at it. That's beautiful. It is. But like, yeah, no, I'm with it. It is. Like, I wish it was. As you progress, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I'm not the best with words.
Nah, me neither.
It's like, nah, you're right. It's cool, man. You learn a lot about yourself and stuff. Sometimes I feel like it's nice to balance it with like, yo, I've done good so far. Like, if you can progress in a way where you're enjoying the progression, like you're saying, like, where you're like, this is so cool, everything I'm learning, that's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Versus like trying to rush to the finish line.
Yeah. That rushing is just it's not nice.
It's impossible.
There's nothing to. You're never gonna. There never will be a finish line. Because the only finish line you'll ever put in is the one that you've just invented in your own mind.
And then update as you go along.
Yeah, exactly. Just the goalpost just keeps moving and moving and moving. I think that's the only way to do it, is just to not give a fuck.
Yeah, to have fun. Like, do it. Like, have a good reason to do it. You know, have a good time, because that is what it's all about. And just, you know, I mean, we're all the ones moving our own goalposts.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my girlfriend's not like, you cannot propose to me unless you make a room full of 250 people laugh for precisely 7 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting it all on myself. Like, nobody else is, man.
We do.
We fucking
do.
It. And it's cool. No, and I feel like, yeah, you do an awesome job of being like, yo, this is cool. Like, I respect and I love, like, your process, how you're doing it and having fun with it and all that shit.
Well, it's just been awesome. I just think it's what we're all going through. What's happening in New York, I think, is incredible. The group of people that we're surrounded by are so much talent, so much fun, so many nice, good people. I think we're really fortunate to be living at the moment. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
And the time that we've all come together at this point, it's awesome.
It is fucking awesome.
It is, dude.
It's fun, dude.
It's
for
so,
sure.
dude. It's so good. Sometimes I'm just like, wow, this is my life. This is so cool. I used to be pulling cables at home for a living.
That's different. That's definitely different.
I used to sit in switchboard rooms for months, not see the light of day. And it was great. I really enjoyed it because it's good being good at something. It's good learning a skill and being good at it. It's really rewarding. But I would always just think, this can't be my life.
Nah. There's other things out there.
There's got to be something else.
And that's the first line to your movie.
Do you reckon like the indigenous, like even like these Amazon guys, do you think they ever sit around and just go, after they've just killed their monkey, they're cooking on the fire, I really think they just look at each other and go, there's got to be something else.
I think one of them does, and they kill that guy. I think they put a fucking stop to that. I think they have a council of people.
Poison arrow.
Oh, right in the fucking neck. They snuff that shit out real quick, man. Yeah. I'm gonna have some water too.
Yeah.
I accidentally bought sparkling.
I like sparkling.
I just like didn't intend, like, you know, when you think you're gonna drink one thing and then something else comes out. It's always very shocking.
I've stopped buying sparkling for guests most of the time because they just sit there and burp the whole time. I had like 4 guests that just every 2 minutes like, and I'm like, all right, I'm not buying this for people anymore. You're banned.
I have phenomenal acid reflux, so I could chug this whole thing. Yeah. I'll get one out of the way in the beginning, and then we're all good, dude.
Same. I actually love sparkling water. I do. My wife loves it too. So
I never choose it at restaurants, but like I'm not sad that I got it.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like I'm a little pumped, man.
Yeah. So tell me, how are you enjoying being in New York?
Oh, bro, I love it, man.
You moved here when?
August.
Yeah.
Moved here in August. So like, what is that? Is that 7? No, it's like 6 months.
6 months in.
Yeah, about 6 months. I love the city. I've lived in a lot of different cities, but this one is my favorite so far. I'm really, really, I don't know. It's just, you walk outside and it's all right there. It's sick.
Yeah.
It's close to home, too. I grew up in Jersey, so, you know, just hop on a ferry or a train, get home.
Are your folks still out there?
Yeah. My mom's in Jersey still. And it's just easy to, you know, I mean, she's pumped that we're close to home, so that's always good.
Nice.
It's way different from LA. It's way different from Boston.
Yeah, because LA, it's kind of reminds me of the lifestyle that I have at home. Like everyone, you need to have a car to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you don't rely on public transport. You got to pick your times when you drive because there's so much traffic, and it's just kind of a nightmare. Just despite what people think about big cities, when they're well set up, like New York is with the subway, and it's actually way easier to live life. Your everyday life, it's far easier. There are discomforts, like you can't load up. You know, you've got to just take home from the shops what you can carry.
Yeah.
You can't load up a boot of your car and do one big shop a week.
Mm-mm.
But generally, I think it's easier.
I agree. From living in LA, like it's way easier, man. And me personally, not having the stress of a car and the responsibility of it, just feeling like, yo, I could just get I ain't worried about where I parked right now. You know, I know exactly where I got to go to get on the subway to go home. It's just, there's a little bit of a weight off your shoulders. I mean, parking was crazy. Also, I was driving a beat to shit fucking 2008 cream-colored Dodge Charger, all right? So I was not like the flyest guy in the city.
Like a Dodge Charger, is that a Ute? Like a Traber?
Like a
Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I mean, it was American muscle,
I
baby.
fucking love those cars. I just had to think for a second what they were. I hired one of those. I rented a Dodge Charger. They're beautiful cars.
It was sick. That's
American
old.
company, isn't it?
Yeah. It was old, though. It had like 130,000 miles on it when I got it. So I blew that thing to fucking shit.
It's so cool that America still makes their own cars. Australia, we don't make any now. We had car manufacturing.
Really?
And it just where the industry just died because you couldn't compete with like overseas, China and Japan. I mean, I think they could have competed with overseas if they actually had done something about it.
Yeah.
Like potentially, I don't know what the answer would have been. Maybe like tax them differently. You know, Australian companies that are manufacturing in Australia. But yeah, it's so cool. America has an awesome tradition of cars.
I do love American cars.
Yeah.
I really do.
The American muscle car. I mean, what's more iconic than that?
It was fun, dude, and it's a fun car to drive, man.
Yeah.
Especially like the sound system was bumping. Again, it was a piece of shit. Like it was, you know, it looked like it had its glory days, and I got it as a veteran. You know, I signed it to a 10-day, and I was just, you know, I had a spider living in my like passenger side mirror.
Nice.
He was fucking paying me no rent. But he lived there all the time, man. But I would drive around, get stuck in traffic, all the windows down because of the weather, and I would just bump music, dude. It was that was awesome. I do miss that, you know, bumping fucking music and driving around. That was sick. But yeah, I mean, I loved the car. Gave it away. Got so many tickets that I was like, I might just fucking leave it, man. I might just park it on the side of the street and move to Boston, like just fucking. But I donated it, so I missed that thing. If I got another car, I'd get American Muscle car for sure. I might get another Dodge Charger.
I like my favorite car. I've got two. Is the Range Rovers. You know, like a Range Rover Sport. I love Range Rovers, and I like Porsche Carreras.
Those are fly.
Yeah, they're beautiful cars.
They're fast.
Yeah,
they're fast. They're fly.
What's your number one car?
Dude, it's got to be a convertible. I want a Cadillac, man. Yeah. I think it'd be fucking sick, dude. Or what I want to do, this is what I wanted to do in high school. I drove a Hyundai Santa Fe. I also do like Hyundais. I think they're Japanese cars, but I love Hyundais.
Yeah, my sister's got a Hyundai Santa Fe. They're great cars.
They're great.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do was I wanted to drive I want to get another Hyundai Santa Fe, but I want to put butterfly doors on it. So I'm driving this. I think that'd be so sick, dude. To just pull up in a car that has no business, like looking like that, park and just fucking bring a smoke machine so the smoke comes out.
People would think they're like, who is this douchebag?
Yeah, this guy's fucking crazy.
He spent how much on a Hyundai Santa Fe?
Like, that car is not as expensive as the butterfly doors. And don't even talk about the dry ice machine that he installed in the middle.
Did you ever used to watch Pimp My Ride?
Dude, I never watched it. People always talk about it, and it's like, it's referenced really like a lot.
Yeah.
And I just missed out on it. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of MTV.
It's not too late, man.
Yeah, I might go back.
Yeah, it's not too late, brother. They used to do the most extraordinary things to these cars, like to a point where it's almost undrivable because it's so embarrassing how much they do. Like, they just look like...
I've heard about some. I've definitely heard about some.
Yeah.
They put like pools in the back.
Yeah.
Like, what? What do you want me to park?
They put some crazy shit. It's amazing what humans have done. It really is.
I do love, like, I think excess is so funny, man. I love like seeing instances of excess, you know, because like you don't need a car with like a walk-in closet and a jacuzzi, but you can make it. And so we were like, fuck it, we're gonna make it.
Yeah. What do you think about excess wealth?
I mean, I think it's, you know, I think it kind of depends on what you do with it. There's instances where it's like, yo, that's the stupidest thing. But I know if I had it, I would do some silly shit for sure. You know, like I know I'd get a basketball court, full like size basketball court in my backyard, but like the decal of the court would be like me, like photoshopped on somebody dunking. You know what I mean? Like I'd do some, because I could just fuck it. Like I might as well. You know, I'd have one room in my house it's a bouncy house. You know, like it's just fucking all the walls, and if you just want to walk in there and bounce around, you could do it. You know, I'd do some stupid shit. So I think it depends on what you do with it. If you have excess wealth but you don't do sick shit with it, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you give any away?
After I'm done doing stupid shit, probably.
Yeah.
Because I don't need a lot, I don't think. You know? I don't think I'd get like a luxurious mansion. I think I would get a normal house and then do the basketball court.
Yeah. I'd definitely like to have a beautiful house.
You want a yard? I feel like that's something the yard don't have. You know, you don't really get a yard.
Depends where I live. If I'm here, I don't care about it. To be honest, I'm happy with a very nice apartment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't need a yard?
Nah.
You want a grill back there with a dog and some pups?
Not if I'm living here, no.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You don't really need
I don't want a dog. I don't want animals.
No? Nothing?
No.
Not a cat?
No, I don't think so.
Not a fish? What about fish?
No.
Dude, fish are sick.
I don't like having to look after things.
That's fair.
I don't like being responsible for things.
Yeah.
It just annoys me. It's like this solo thing. I just like to be in my lane. Like I'll look after a kid or two if I end up having kids, which I'm sure we will. But yeah, that's it.
No fish. Dude, I'm gonna get you a fish.
Fuck
for
it,
your
give me a
birthday,
fish.
man.
All right.
They're so funny. I used to talk to my fucking fish.
Did you?
But I'd be like, "What's up, dog?" So he had an identity crisis. That's how I talk.
He's like, woof woof.
Dude, I used to try and train him, man, and I was like, "This is impossible."
Can you train a fish? Is it possible?
I don't know. It's first of all, they're stupid, right? Like their brains are this big, and then you got the language barrier, obviously. But like, then to kick it all off, you sound like this every time you talk to them because they're underwater, dude. It's fucking impossible. I tried though.
Get an octopus.
Oh, that would be sick. I feel like he's gonna get out. Though,
Yeah, they're so smart.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like doing my taxes, and he's just gonna be like banging on the. He's gonna be like, "You're doing it wrong." That's what you mean by smart, right?
Move the decimal over.
No. Don't put 0 there. Put 1. It's gonna come out better. I promise. Oh, that's so funny. Those are federal, not state. I'm like, oh, thanks, octopus.
Hey, I'm gonna do a barefoot run club in summer. You want to come?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, cool.
Although I fried my fucking knee, I gotta get that shit fixed.
You should do some barefoot work.
I gotta train for anything.
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna run the oval.
Okay.
Down the bottom oval. Yeah,
I'm into it big time.
Yeah, I was doing it last summer, and there ended up being a couple of guys that we would run with, and it was really fun. Guys would just run with no shirt on, barefoot, around these ovals, around and around and around. And I'm like, this would be cool to do a little like Sunday barefoot run club. Just people that want to like get into it. When I was living in Central and South America, I just basically didn't wear shoes for over a year, and I actually think it was a lot better for all my joints, like my hip and knee and posture. I don't know. There was something to it. It was good.
Man, you've lived in a lot of places, right?
Yeah, I've traveled around a little bit.
I respect that you're well traveled, man. Dude, I haven't even been all 50 states. Like,
I'd love to travel America. I can't wait till we start touring for comedy in the years to come, and we get to see a bit of the world. Because America is almost like 50 different countries in one.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences, man. Just from driving across it, you hit a lot of points, and you're like, where the fuck am I? Like, I am not where I started, and I'm not where I'm going. Mm-hmm. So,
have you ever been to Yosemite?
I've been to Yosemite.
Is that beautiful?
It's gorgeous. It's I wouldn't say it's life changing, but it's just like, it's cool to know that shit's going on. Yeah. Because you see pictures and you're like, all right, that's cool. The wonder goes away real quick. But like you see that shit, you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I can spend 10 minutes not looking at my phone and just fucking eating this up.
7 minutes.
I can spend maybe max 7 minutes not looking at my fucking phone, not being like, yo, yeah, that's no, it's beautiful. I respect that you're well traveled, man. I don't like to fly, so I do a real bad job of getting out of here.
Why?
I don't know what happened, man. Like down the line, it like coincided, I swear, with me being like quitting drinking for a little while. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's like I started to value my own life to a higher level, and as soon as I was like, I don't like shaking at 30,000 feet, I just get real uncomfortable. But now I take medicine for it.
Yeah, like an anti-anxiety?
Yeah, doctor gave me Klonopin for it.
Yeah.
It's the best fucking shit in the universe.
What is it?
It's like I've told this as a joke before, but this is the truth. It's like if a Xanax took a Xanax.
Wow.
It's long lasting. Like have you ever had a Xanax before?
Yeah, I love Xanax.
Yeah, but it's like a punch, you know what I mean? It's like a little jab almost. Like for me, it was like, it affects your whole day, but it's a jab of anti-anxiety and you kind of peel off of it. Yeah. But Klonopin is like, I mean, you take it and then I get off the plane. Even if I have a 6-hour flight, I get off the plane, I can walk at 1/5 my max speed. Like my central nervous system is like, this is all you get.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm fucking.
Yeah. even a Xanax, you take too much Xanax, you're walking into walls and stuff. It makes you so dopey.
Yeah, you let go of so much. It's so much quieter. I don't want to like boost. I don't want to. It's tough, man. He was like, this can be addicting. Like you only get one for each flight that you ask for it.
Wow.
He's like, you can't fucking have more. He's like, you've told me about all the things you do. Like you get one per flight.
I fly every day.
That's what I was like. I was like, look, I'm becoming a pilot.
Yeah.
So load me up, doc. Yeah, that shit's crazy though, man. It's funny though. I get yelled at by my family. Not like yelled at, but like we went down to Disney in Florida. It's like a 2.5 hour flight. I had no business taking a drug that knocks me out for the whole day. Did it anyway. Showed up, walking 1 mile an hour. Just, yeah.
Can you talk properly when you're on it?
But you talk like that. Yeah, it's all good, babe. You like whisper, but you don't mean to. Flight attendant's like, you want a drink? I'm like, no, I don't want a drink. She's like, what?
Come here, baby.
It like sounds like I'm being intimate and like sexual, but really I'm just like, nah, I'm so good. Like, it's all good. Actually, let me get a water.
You're a real cunt.
She's like, what? What did you say? I'm like, oh, I'd love to smoke a blunt. Whispering, man. It's top tier too. But I'm gonna start doing that. Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
How you doing? Eyes closed. They're gonna be like, is this guy all right, man? Clubs are not gonna bring me back, man.
Oh, fuck. Well, brother, it's been a pleasure.
Dude, thank you for having me on.
Dude, it's been so good.
It's so fun.
I've laughed so much. Thank you.
That's the beauty of it all, dude.
Give me your plugs, your Instagram.
Oh, for sure. Okay, I got 2 plugs. That's cool. Plug number 1 is Bowl Cut Comedy, the show. Can I plug that?
Yeah, let's just talk about it quickly. But just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Riley's been producing a show with Michael. They do Bowl Cut Comedy. It's fucking awesome. Tell us about your first show.
Oh, it was incredible, man. The premise of the show is the comedians go up, they do 5-6 minutes of material, and then like 3 to 4 minutes of pulling topics out of a bowl. But the audience, when they sign in and they check in, they get to add topics, right? So the audience has a little bit of stake in it, and it's just so fun, man. Comedians were just like, you're like, who the fuck put this in here? Like, and which comedians pulled certain things. It all just really worked out well, and the comedians had fun, which is always going to result in the good show when the comedians are having fun. But yeah, we put it on we're trying to every like 5 weeks. First one was great though. We had 80 people.
Amazing.
Fucking everybody showed up and showed out, man. We had friends, family, people who like supported Michael and I and supported the comedians. The venue was so dope. It's so different from a comedy club. It was really intimate, man. And it just, I hosted it. I'd never hosted anything like that before, and I just had a ball. Yeah. And I hope everyone who came had a ball, and I hope that we get to put more on and just give people like a fun time.
Yeah.
That's the goal, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I heard nothing but good things. And it's such a good thing that your first time producing a show like that with Michael just went so well. So well done, man.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And to get 80 people on your first show, that's unheard of.
It was
Really is unheard of.
That's why that's not the goal for the next time. I mean, I'm not setting a standard. Like if we get 40, I'd be stoked. A little sophomore slump, but like that's fine, man. I just, as long as we get like good energy and the comedians have fun, the bowl will it'll guide us, baby. It'll guide us.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm stoked. So shout out to 343 Grand. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to everybody who showed up to the first one, and shout out to whoever's coming to the second one. Yeah. So that was my plug.
Nice.
Oh, and me, Riley Flanagan. Oh, my Instagram. Dude, this is a great story. Can I tell the story?
Yeah, please.
So it's Riley and Flanagan, this This has been a joke that I've had for a while because in the area I grew up, do you know what Raymore and Flanagan is?
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like local New Jersey, New York. It's a furniture store. And so kids were always like, I'd say, my name's Riley Flanagan. They'd be like, oh, are you related to like Raymore and Flanagan? I'm like, nah, but I'm going to name my kid Ray, and his middle name's going to be the ampersand, and he'll be Raymore and Flanagan. And then I went out to L.A., and I made my email Riley and Flanagan to like reference Raymore and Flanagan. And everyone in L.A. was like, what's your email? Like at this big production meeting, I remember. And I was like, you guys are going to fucking love this. It's Riley and Flanagan. And they all just blank stares. I was like, you guys don't have Raymore and Flanagan here? They're like, that's a local furniture store, bro. We don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was a huge whiff. But anyway, it's Riley and Flanagan if you want to see some pictures of my puppy that I post on my story, bro.
And what's the Instagram for Bowl Cut?
Bowl Cut Comedy. I think
Bowl Cut Comedy.
It's
All
in
right.
my bio also.
Well, I'm gonna have it. I'll have it on the show notes anyway.
Oh, thanks.
I'll have
brother.
it in the bio.
Thanks, dude. It was an honor to be on here, man. I love you. I love the way you're
I love
doing.
it too. Thank you, man.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Guys, Riley Flanagan, this guy is a fucking killer. He's going to be one to watch out for. So add him on Instagram, give him a like, say g'day, and listen to this episode, give it a like and a subscribe. And if you can, go back and listen to the ones you haven't listened to so we can support this community we're trying to grow here in New York City. Love you guys. See you on the next one. Thanks, Riley.
Thanks, bro.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to this episode of Going After It with Cam Bird. Produced by Cam Bird. Podcast edited by Calpit. Music by Brian Rigby. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. And if you can, get after it.